Now we'll start with cell wall. So cell wall is nothing but it is a non-living rigid structure found outer to the plasma membrane of the fungi and plants. Cell wall of algae is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate. Okay. In other plants it consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectins and proteins. Okay. So you have to remember this, that it is a non-living structure. Okay. It is a non-living structure found outer to the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. In algae it is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate. Okay. And in other plants it consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectins and proteins. Okay. Now the cell wall of young plant cell is called the primary wall. So initially the wall which is formed is called the primary wall and it is capable of growth. It gradually diminishes as the cell matures and the secondary wall is formed on the inner side, that is towards the membrane. Okay. So the middle lamella is a layer mainly of calcium pectate. It glues the different neighboring cells together. So you have to remember that the cell wall of the young plant is called the primary wall and is capable of growth. It will gradually diminish and the cell matures and the secondary wall is formed toward the inner side, that is towards the membrane. Now the middle lamella which is made, the middle lamella which is made between the two cells is made up of calcium pectate and this glues different neighboring cells together. The cell wall and the middle lamella may be traversed by plasmodesmata, which connect cytoplasm of the neighboring cell. So plasmodesmata are connections which connect the cytoplasm of the neighboring cell. Like this is the cell and this is the other cell. Okay. So here the connection is through plasmodesmata. This connection is plasmodesmata. Okay. And this is a connection which is connecting the cytoplasm. Okay. So first you will say that the cell wall of the young plant, that is the primary wall, is capable of growth. Now it will gradually diminish and secondary wall will be formed and middle lamella will be made up of calcium pectate which will adhere the cells together. Now the cell wall and the middle lamella may be traversed by plasmodesmata which connect the cytoplasm of the neighboring cell. Here you can say this is the plasmodesmata. Okay. So this is the middle lamella, this is the primary cell wall, this is the primary plasma membrane. Okay. This is the pectin, this is the cross linking of the glycan, cellulose microfibrils. Okay. Now what are the functions of this cell wall? The functions are, it gives the shape to the cell. Okay, but obvious, when there is a rigid boundary outside, it will give a shape to the cell. It will protect the cell from mechanical damage and infection. It helps in cell to cell interaction and it acts as barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Okay, so first one is basically it is for protection and shaping the cell. Okay, so it gives shape to the cell. It protects the cell from mechanical damage. Okay, it is strong and rigid structure, so it will help in protecting the cell from mechanical damage and any kind of infection. It helps in cell to cell interactions, because we saw that between two neighboring cells there are connections through the cell wall and they are called plasmodesmata, where they can transport material from cell 1 to cell 2. and it also acts as a barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Okay, as we know that plasma membrane is semi-permeable, so it will allow molecules, but this cell wall will not allow the movement of these molecules. Okay, so it is acting as a barrier for the undesirable macromolecules. Okay, so when we are talking about the basic structure of cell wall, you have to remember it is a rigid structure found outer to the plasma membrane in fungus and plant. In algae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans. In other plants, it consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, and proteins. Okay. Now, in cell wall, first we are considering the primary wall which will be formed, and it will be gradually diminished, and the cell will mature, and the secondary wall will be formed on the inner side. The middle lamella is a layer mainly of calcium pactate, and it will glue the neighboring cell. You have to remember this: calcium pactate. Okay, this is used for gluing between the neighboring cells. And the cell wall also has middle lamella, where it is transversed. Cell wall and the middle lamella are transversed by plasmodesmata, which connect the cytoplasm of the neighboring cell. Okay, so like this is a one cell and this is the other cell. So the outer boundary is the cell wall. So these kind of connections will be formed, and these are nothing but what? These are nothing but plasmodesmata. Okay. So the functions were: it gives shape to the cell, it protects the cell from mechanical damage and infection, it helps in cell to cell interaction, it acts as a barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Now we come to the endomembrane system. You have to remember this. When we are talking about the endomembrane system, it is a group of membranous organelles having coordinated functions. Okay. These include the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi complex, the lysosomes, and the vacuoles. Okay. So whenever somebody asks you what is endomembrane system, you have to remember that all the organelles which are there in this endomembrane system will work collectively. Okay. It is a group of membranous organelles having coordinated functions, like endoplasmic reticulum, which is of two types, smooth and rough, Golgi complex, lysosome, and the vacuole. So these all come under the endomembrane system. All the protein which is synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum will be packed in the Golgi complex, and it will be there in lysosome and vacuoles. Okay. So see here, you can see in the diagram, this is the nucleus, this is the endoplasmic reticulum, this is the Golgi apparatus, and these are the lysosome, orange color, and the green color are the secretory vesicle, that is the vacuoles. Okay. So it is a group of membranous organelles having coordinated function, and they include endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosome, and vacuole. So now we will be talking about endoplasmic reticulum. Now in endoplasmic reticulum, this is a network of tiny tubular structures scattered in the cytoplasm. See here, you can see these all are the tiny tubular structures which are scattered in the cytoplasm. Now ER divides the intracellular space into two compartments. One is the lumen inside the ER, and other is the extraluminal, that is the cytoplasm. Now ER is of two types, rough and smooth. Okay. So this I will show you, like if we are drawing a diagram in this way, this of the tubular structure. Okay, just a second. See, when we are drawing a diagram in this way, this is the tubular structure. So all the things inside the tubule are what? Are the luminal things. Okay. And all the or the compartment present here outside, okay, this compartment is nothing but the extraluminal space. Okay, and it is of two types, smooth and rough. In the diagram you can say that this the beaded structure present is the extraluminal, and this inside tube is the luminal. Now, what is the rough endoplasmic reticulum? Now, rough endoplasmic reticulum is also called RER. It bears ribosomes on their surface. Now, RER, it is like that when we frequently observed RER in the microscope, we see a rough structure, and that roughness is given to the CR because of the presence of ribosome on the outer surface. So, rough endoplasmic reticulum is distinguished from smooth endoplasmic reticulum by having ribosomes on their surface. Now, RER is frequently observed in cells actively involved in protein synthesis and secretion. As we know that ribosomes are important for protein synthesis, so the endoplasmic reticulum which is involved and which has ribosomes on its surface but obvious will be involved in protein synthesis and secretion. They are extensive and continuous with the outer membrane and the nucleus. See here, you can say that this is the RER. Okay, now smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SER. Ribosomes are absent here, and it is a major site for synthesis of lipid, and in animals, lipid-like steroidal hormones are synthesized by the SER. So RER is responsible. Okay. RER ribosomes are present, so RER is responsible for what? Protein synthesis. It is responsible for protein synthesis, and SER is responsible for synthesis of lipid-like lipids, steroids, etc. Okay, so this bear ribosomes on the surface. RER is frequently observed in the cells actively involved in the protein synthesis and secretion, and in smooth endoplasmic reticulum it is helpful in the synthesis of lipid. Now we come to the Golgi apparatus. Now Golgi apparatus is a densely stained reticular structure near the nucleus. It was first observed by Camillo Golgi. It consists of flat disc-shaped cisternae of 0.5 to 1 micrometer diameter, and they are stacked parallel to each other. Cisternae are concentrically arranged with the convex cis and concave trans phase. Cis and trans phase are totally different but interconnected. Okay, so you can see here the tubular structure. Okay, this kind of tubular structure are present. So these are nothing but the cisternae. Okay, so this phase is the cis phase. Okay, this is the cis phase, and this is the trans phase. This is the cis phase is the convex phase, and this is the concave phase. Okay. Now, what are the functions of this Golgi apparatus? It secretes materials to the intracellular targets or outside the cell, materials to be packed as vesicles from the ER with the cis phase and move towards the trans phase. This is why Golgi apparatus remains in close association with the ER. Okay, so the packaging of all the protein which is synthesized by the RER will be here, and proteins synthesized by ribosomes on the ER are modified in the cisternae. Okay, so modification is also there, that is the post-translational modifications. Okay, and modify in the cisternae of the Golgi apparatus before they are released from its trans phase, and formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Okay, see, once a protein is formed, okay, we add a glycogen molecule to that and it becomes the glycoprotein. Once a lipid is formed, okay, we add a glycogen to that, so it becomes glycolipid. So all the modifications in the protein which was synthesized by RER is now done in the Golgi apparatus. So protein will be coming from here and it will be secreted in the form of small vesicle from this. It will enter through the cis phase and will be removed as vesicle from the trans phase. Okay. So these are the functions of this. It will secrete materials to the intracellular targets or outside the cell, materials to be packed as vesicles from the ER, fuse with the cis phase and move towards the trans phase. This is why the Golgi apparatus remains in the close association with the ER. Proteins synthesized by ribosomes on the ER are modified in the cisternae of the Golgi apparatus before they are released from its trans phase, and it is the formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Okay, now comes the lysosome. Now lysosomes are nothing but the membrane bound vesicular structures formed by the process of packaging in the Golgi apparatus. Okay, lysosomes vesicles contain almost all types of hydrolytic enzymes, that is hydrolysis, lipases, proteases and carbohydrases. They are active at the acidic pH and they digest carbohydrate, proteins, lipids and nucleic acids. Okay, so membrane bound vesicular structures formed by the process of packaging in the Golgi apparatus, and lysosomal vesicles contain almost all types of hydrolytic enzyme, that is hydrolysis, lipases, proteases and carbohydrases. They are active at the acidic pH and they digest carbohydrate, protein, lipids and the nucleic acid. Now what are vacuoles? These are the membrane bound space found in the cytoplasm. It contains water, sap, excretory product and other materials not useful for the cell. Vacuole is bound by a single membrane called tonoplast. Okay, and in plant cell the vacuoles can occupy up to 90% of the volume of the cell. Okay, so these vacuoles are nothing but the membrane bound space found in the cytoplasm. It contains water, sap, excretory product and the other materials which are not useful for the cell. Vacuole is bound by a single membrane called tonoplast. So you have to remember that the membrane of the vacuole is tonoplast. And in plants 90% of the volume of the cell is occupied by a vacuole. You can see here in the diagram that this is the central vacuole which is occupying maximum position or maximum space in the cell. In plants, tonoplast will do what? It will facilitate the transport of ions and other materials against the concentration gradient into the vacuole. Hence, the concentration is higher in vacuole than in cytoplasm. In amoeba, contractile vacuole helps in the excretion, and in many cells, example protist, food vacuoles are formed by engulfing the food particles. Okay, so in plants, we say that tonoplast will facilitate the transport of ions and other materials against the concentration gradient into the vacuole. Hence, the concentration is higher in the vacuole than the cytoplasm. In amoeba, contractile vacuole will help in the excretion purpose, and in many cells like protist, food vacuoles are formed like amoeba. Amoeba will engulf in its food and a food vacuole will be formed inside the amoeba. Okay. So this is the food particle and this is what? This is the phagosome. Okay, and this is what? This is the food vacuole. Now this food vacuole will be joined with the lysosome. Okay, and the lysosome enzymes will digest this food and it will be broken into small particles. See this here, you can see in the diagram, this is the contractile vacuole and here it is given the food vacuole. See in this. Okay, so we studied endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosome and vacuole. Okay, first we saw endoplasmic reticulum, two types, rough and smooth. The rough is for protein and smooth is for lipid. Then we saw Golgi apparatus, Okay, so from cis phase the protein will enter and it will be modified into glycolipids, glycoproteins, and then it will be transported in the form of vesicles to the targets. Then we saw the lysosomes, which is a vacuole which is having many hydrolytic enzymes like hydrolysis, lipases, protease, and carbohydrates, and it is a membrane bound vesicle structure. Then we saw vacuoles, like the outer membrane of the vacuole is tonoplast, and maximally 90% of the position in the plant cell is having what? Having this vacuole. Okay, and in amoeba contractile vacuole helps in the excretion, and in many cells food vacuole is formed which will help in the engulfing of the food material. Okay, so this was all about the cell wall and the endomembrane system. This is the diagram of the lysosome. Okay, many hydrolytic enzymes will be present here.